Hey YouTube, this is Sludgeball and this will be my Raw review from the 13th of February 2012, the day before Valentine's Day. And as for Valentine's Day, it can just go to hell, I don't care about it. I haven't cared about it in 17 years. So anyway, don't worry about that. Anyway, decent Raw in my opinion. They try to fit as much as possible. They got a good time in for matches, and they had good time for different promo segments. Anyway, start the show. You have Kane. He comes out and says Cena will embrace the hate, and someone will be in an ambulance. Someone will like leave in an ambulance. So like that was like the start of the show. Then you had an elimination chamber debate, which was interesting. I like how they went about it. They all did stay with their characters, even CM Punk, and that was not a good thing. He did exactly what he shouldn't have done, and what did Jerry say? You have a 1 in 6 chance of retaining your title. What are your thoughts about that? And he goes off and starts talking about John fucking Laurinaitis. No, don't talk about John Laurinaitis. You're in a fucking elimination chamber match in 6 days. You can only talk about John Laurinaitis. What the hell's wrong with you? Honestly, like, just like, what the hell? Like, I don't understand what you. And then like he finally answers it, and he just goes, "I'm the best in the world." Like, okay, suppose. Um, then Ziggler, he starts talking about how he's the best. He's actually the best in the world. He backs up what he says, and then R-Truth, he goes up and says like how he starts making it like it's running for president, which was hilarious. Um, it was so funny. And then you have him talking about he'd trade Vicky Guerrero and Dolph Ziggler for a hornswoggle and a box of spiders, and then he would squash all the spiders, make a spider stew, and that would give him enough energy to beat all 5 opponents in the elimination chamber match. Uh, I I love R-Truth. Figuratively, I don't like his character as much, but he's entertaining. I like what he does. He's a good in-ring competitor, which is good as well, and he knows how to entertain people on the mic. The Miz, he talks about is he that was brilliant what he said. He was saying that how he was saying that CM Punk's 0-2 in Elimination Chambers. Dolph Ziggler's never competed in one. R-Truth hasn't won one. Kofi Kingston's an afterthought. And then when he went to Chris Jericho, they kept buzzing that he ran out of time, considering that R-Truth spoke for about 2 minutes. And now they buzz on the Miz like it was just stupid. Like WWE really need to think about what they do. But yeah, it was brilliant what the Miz did. And then Kofi Kingston finally showed some charisma. Like he was saying that yes, he is an afterthought, but at Elimination Chamber he's gonna prove that he's not an afterthought. And he finally showed some charisma, which was very nice. And then Chris Jericho, he just like started talking about how he was the best in the world at what he does. Excuse me. And how he's just gonna win. Simple as that. And then the first match of the night was Kofi Kingston versus Chris Jericho. This was a good match. Kofi was like showing charisma. He was like going, yeah, like he flew through the ropes and hit Jericho outside of the ring, and he was like all fired up, which was good to see. It's finally good to see Kofi Kingston with a good like charisma, because if he wants to hold a world championship, which he can certainly do, he needs to show charisma. However, he didn't win the match. Chris Jericho does hit a thumb to the eye, and then was able to hit the code breaker, and which was good enough for the win. But yeah, Chris Jericho was more than likely going to win that match anyway. Anyway, Randy Orton versus Big Show was next. Daniel Bryan comes out and watches at ringside. However, this ended in a no result disqualification. Bryan comes in and uses the belt to attack Randy Orton and the Big Show, leaving them helpless in the ring, and then having Daniel Bryan holding up the World Championship in the middle of the ring, will that be the result Sunday? We'll find out. Anyway, next is HBK Shawn Michaels' return. He called out Triple H to accept Undertaker's challenge because he was like saying we all want Triple H to accept. So yeah, he comes out and then he Triple H says he doesn't want to face the Undertaker. This was a good standoff. They were like throwing it back at each other. They were exchanging good arguments, and this ended in Shawn Michaels just walking off, and then a good Undertaker promo, similar to the one last week, except you saw him take his hat off and start cutting his hair, and then he was saying like, vengeance shall be mine again, like like he said last week, which was good, powerful promo. It looks to me the Triple H is gonna be forced that Triple H will have to accept the Undertaker's challenge, and then hopefully Shawn Michaels is involved. That will be good to see, but I can't guarantee that. Anyway, moving on. Truth versus Dolph Ziggler. Um, this was a shortish match. How it ended though, it was pretty good. You had Ziggler doing sit-ups, not knowing, and then R-Truth playing a little bit of possum. Quickly rolled him through with a roll-up and won. So that kind of showed that if you show off, like you always got to watch your back in the Elimination Chamber. I kind of liked how R-Truth won. It didn't really matter which one won, but I like the ending of the match. Moving on, Tamina versus and before the match, you have the Elimination Chamber's Divas match, 1-on-1, Beth Phoenix versus Tamina. And now they're finally calling it Tamina Snuka. I always wanted to be called Tamina Snuka, and it's good now. Like finally, there's a new challenger. She looks strong. She's been on a roll. She's actually got a finisher other than a fucking roll up. Kelly, I'm looking at you. You cannot hold a Divas Championship with your finisher being a roll up. So it's good. Then she had a match with Brie Bella. She hit the Superfly Splash. The match was about 2 minutes. Hopefully that'll be a good match. I've been looking forward to a decent Divas match in a long time. Um, anyway, now there was a segment with Eve getting in the ambulance and Kane coming out to try and rescue her. I mean, Kane trying to get her in the ambulance so he could drive off. However, John Cena quickly comes in and like starts attacking Kane. But however, Kane fights back and hits Cena, locks the doors and goes to drive off. However, Eve opens the door and then he starts driving off, and then Eve jumps into Cena's arms, and then Eve kisses John Cena, which was a bit funny, but I suppose it worked. However, Zack Ryder saw it, and then this led to Zack Ryder just not liking it at all, and like Eve tried to apologize, Zack didn't buy it. John Cena tried to apologize, Zack didn't buy it, so what's gonna happen there? Anyway, there was another match on CM Punk versus The Miz. This was another shortish match. However, The Miz tapped out to the Anaconda Vice. I didn't really like how The Miz tapped out. He tapped out quite quickly as well, but I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen with that, but yeah, The Miz tapped out. That's it. And like I think it was kind of showing that you can. There probably will be a submission elimination at the Elimination Chamber, so they're just trying to show off. You can be. You can submit. Anyway, and then another match was announced at the Elimination Chamber: John Cena versus Kane in an ambulance match. An ambulance match. I've never ever seen an ambulance match. I know there's probably been a few. Um, but I've only been watching since 8 years ago, so I've obviously got no idea what the hell an ambulance match is. But they explained it. It's like a what do you call it? What's that match called? Oh, remember there being like a that match with JBL and the Undertaker. And you had to get the opponent to drive off, something like that. That was like in 2004, I'm pretty sure. So yeah, I think it's similar to that. You have to get your opponent inside the ambulance, tap the door, and then the ambulance has to leave the building. Yeah, I don't know. I'm not too interested in that match. Anyway, John Cena talks about embracing the hate. Said anybody would embrace the hate by now. He's not. Zack Ryder comes out and goes to hit John Cena. However, John Cena counters. Zack Ryder then leaves. And then you have Kane on the Titantron. He was saying that Cena, you have finally embraced the hate. You have got all your only friend to hate you, and so then John Cena goes to like make his like you know statement back to the Kane. However, Kane when he was going to get a microphone, which was in the ring, because Zack Ryder knocked it out of your hand. But yeah, they obviously played it. So Kane comes out, throws he pushes Zack Ryder's wheelchair so he falls off the stage, and then you have John Cena doing this like it's an actual legit injury. Yeah, I don't know why they were doing that, but like they're trying to make it like a legit injury. It clearly wasn't. Like I still really felt fine. I fall off my bike like that sometimes, and I feel fine. Um, yeah, yeah. So that was basically the end of the show. Zack Ryder stretched it off for like the sixth time in about 7 weeks. So that kind of I'm kind of getting annoyed with how Zack Ryder is getting stretched off every single damn week. They should just try and cut him off. They should now cut him off television for a couple of at least try a month. Like you can make him like he can come back like a couple of weeks before WrestleMania, but they need to just cut him off TV. Like pretend like he needs to be at home resting, and then he comes back and then like he wants vengeance. Like comes back and wants vengeance. Like not stay at the show and get attacked and attacked and attacked because you know I'm no genius, but if you keep getting attacked, you'll never get better. It's like if you keep breaking your finger, it's never gonna like heal. Like if it's about to heal, you break it again, and like I don't understand. Anyway, that's the end of the show. I'd give it a 7.5 out of 10. Good, build a road to WrestleMania Raw, in my opinion. You can subscribe up there if you like, or there. You can comment on how you thought Raw was. Anyway, I'm Sludgeball. See ya.